Hey guys, what's up? So today let's check out my succulents. So if you follow this channel for a while, you notice I've done a lot of tropical things, a lot of gardening, a lot of just ornamentals, etc. But I don't think I've ever shown you my succulent collection. So this is just a really quick overview of all the succulents. I will, over time, do individual plant content, but just basically your portulacaria. Here's another portulacaria that's variegated. This over here is just some of my peperomias, which I've done videos on before. So this here is just a bunch of starts I've made, a bunch of cuttings I'm growing into full-size plants, but check out those guys. And this one here, that's really nice. I mean, that's just pretty cool. That's one thing I do like about succulents is all the different colors and shapes and just unique properties they all have. Like, check this out. If you didn't know any better, you could probably convince yourself that these are actually little miniature trees or something. Neat, right? So of course you got the Golem Jade, very much a beginner's plant. So trying to grow this into a little jade forest. We'll kind of prune it back, just kind of have some fun with it. One thing about succulents, again, you can make a lot of like little miniature or bonsai type, keep them small, which is something I'm going to try to do this winter probably whenever you can't be outside. Some more of my aloes that I've showed in previous videos. Now this is I think this is a Sidewinder aloe, if I'm not mistaken. It could be wrong. And this one here, this is the beautiful serrations in this little salmon color. Love that a lot. But this right here, check it out. This just finished blooming. So yeah, your aloes will bloom, guys. Definitely. Just some ornamentals over here. Now check out this here, guys. This is the string of hearts. Now I've propagated this many times. So this is the mother plant. I've chopped it back so many times. Here's one of the offspring here, growing that to new plant. And of course you have the string of pearls, which I actually had mine bloom this past spring, so that was pretty interesting. Another aloe here. I forget the name of this, but this is actually a patented variety. So anyways, that one just bloomed as well. The Kalanchoe, mother of thousands. Did a video on that, propagating that plant. Do check that one out. Now this is a new one for me here. This is actually Kalanchoe Pink Princess, I believe, or Pink Lady. Now these little pups, or whatever you're going to call them right here, those things are pretty awesome looking. Just that nice contrasting with the nice bright pink against the green foliage. Yeah. So here's some more, just some sedums that I'm trying to propagate. This is all just for propagation. This is the some people call it string of pickles, or purple vine, but this is pretty amazing. This plant is very drought resistant. You don't really have to even water it, just give it a nice sunny spot and it will continuously grow for you guys. So if you want an easy plant, that's definitely one I'd recommend. Now this one here, before I show you the rest of it, this is actually a climbing aloe. Again, featured in one of my earlier aloe videos when it was in fully growing, just tall. But it kind of got really tall and started getting kind of top heavy, so I cut it back. So I cut the growing tips off of all three of these individual plants, and look, it's putting on a new growth right here. If I can get that to focus, and you can see right here another bud is kind of growing out there, as well as on the side. So yeah, I know a lot of people say when they cut back their climbing aloes that they don't really ever get any kind of side shooting or growth from the bottom, but I'm actually getting both. So I just let this thing dry out completely. I kind of neglect it, leave it in a lot of sun, and whenever I get around to it, or I think that it looks really sad, I'll water it, and then it responds with just another flush of growth. But yeah, just look at that. Look how cool it is. So yeah, that's the climbing aloe. Again, just some more Kalanchoes right here. So let me show you the other bench on the other side of the porch here. So what succulent collection would not be complete without the well-known aloe vera? So this is just grown from a pup. It's a couple years old. It's getting huge, but it's loving its life right here in the corner. It gets tons of evening sun. But that's not what's important. What's important is up here on this bench. Now these were a lot of rescued plants. I did a succulent rescue from some neglected plants that were on the clearance rack. These were on clearance as well. So yeah, succulents are one of those plants, guys. If you give them a little bit of TLC, they will just basically grow for themselves. Now this is an euphorbia, which I will be doing a video on just euphorbias, so stick around for that one. This is the crown of thorns. I just got this. This is very small, very young, but it's actually blooming for me. that is neat. So the crown of thorns, some more beautiful succulents. Look at those colors, just the two-tone, just originality of all these colorations. That's one thing that's so cool about succulents, guys, that I really like, just how unique everything can be. So here's another euphorbia. Things are spiking me. This is just I got from some cuttings, and it's actually putting on some new growth down here, so it is definitely rooted and doing quite well. The lithops back here, growing those out, make a little lithops planter. They're just babies, just got those as well. These agave plants were on clearance. They were basically neglected. I'm recovering them and gonna just probably give those away. I don't have a need for that many agaves. Now this aloe is still in bloom. Now if you've never seen an aloe bloom before, they're all pretty much standard, look like this, kind of this orangish color. But yeah, so I think in this climate, there's really no native insects that are gonna be able to really pollinate that. I think they're very specific to the region they grow in. So if you do get an aloe that is pollinated, and develops a seed pod, you would be pretty lucky. Someone's not happy. So this is one that's kind of finished, blooming, and I don't believe any of these right down here have actually taken or successfully pollinated. So not really wanting to grow these from seed anyways, but there's just some of the different aloes there. Now moving along, these are just some pups with the aloe I just showed you in bloom. They multiply like crazy, and it's very easy to just divide your plants and get many more plants. This right here, these were also the ones that were neglected on clearance, marked down, looked like they were halfway alive, and they're doing fantastic. And this right here, this vining succulent, I like that a lot. One of my actually more favorite plants is just a ponytail palm. I got that just on an impulse. But there's another euphorbia back here. Again, I will make a full-on euphorbia video, so not going to spend a lot of time talking about each individual plant. Now this is the Madagascar palm. Those spikes in there, guys, that is fierce looking, right? So yeah, it is putting on tons and tons of new growth here in this hot southwest facing direction that it's getting all this evening sun in. It does like it. So definitely put these guys somewhere they get plenty of sunlight, and they will be happy and reward you with awesome growth. Now this little succulents here were also basically dead throwaway plants. I've recovered them in this little terracotta turtle, so that looked fitting to me. So yeah, so what kind of containers do you like putting your succulents in, guys? Most people will default to terracotta or other types of things like that, maybe some porcelain or something like that. But I think as long as you don't really water them too much and you allow them to adequately drain, people get hung up on only using terracotta. I tend to disagree. I think that's a lot of that is user error, we'll call it that way, okay? So more of these beautiful aloe flowers in bloom, and they are pretty cool, I mean, just in general. But I just got these. These are really not really much to talk about. These are the adenium or the desert rose, making a little planting of them right there. And again, this is mostly just propagation station over here, fellas. So this is some more of these aloe that I've just been dividing and dividing and dividing. Now these are the crowns of the climbing aloes that I chopped off and showed you the mother plants of, and they're putting on excellent new growth. They're very healthy. And I did notice one thing, I'm not sure what it is, but there's like a little, I want to say it's a virus or something, if you can kind of see that. I'm not sure what that is. If you've encountered that before in your aloes, let me know what it is and how to treat it. I don't want these plants to get overtaken and have to be thrown out or something. So wrapping this up before we get too long-winded, some peperomia hope I've been propagating right here. This little succulent here, I think it looks almost like a little tree, so I might just kind of prune it to kind of keep it as like a tree-like specimen. And just some more aloe vera. And I'll show you one interesting thing here, guys, if I can keep the camera steady. Now this glass enclosure right here is perfect for your succulents because it's not going to get rained on, keeps it nice and dry, and I mean, these plants in here look super healthy. Now these are some tiger jaw aloe. There's some cacti I'm growing from seed, if you really tell back there, but I'll show you up close when they get bigger. Not really much to talk about as we speak here. And another jade. This is a multicolored one in the corner. Again, just a little guy, but it's definitely going to be growing bigger, and I'll definitely do an update as the plants mature. So that's just a really quick update of the succulents I have on my front porch. If there's anyone in particular you want more information about, or just maybe a specific episode just on just that one plant, do drop a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up, guys, and I'll see you next time here on the porch. Bye-bye.